registered you for the two-quarter competition. Bitte kontrollieren, ob ihr für das Two-Ball auch korrekt angemeldet worden seid.
And we are back from the second Austrian Leonhart Open in the open singles semi-final. On the left side it's Stefan Burmettler and on the right side is Benjamin Wilford. And on my right side there's Rich Marsh.
Hello again.
Yeah, great to have you again. A small update. I think Kevin Hunsdorfer just played in open singles in semi-finals against a French guy. Do you know this French guy?
I do. So this is Benjamin Van Dannebiel, whose name has been struggled to be pronounced correctly on the microphone all day, I imagine. Benjamin is a very good Bonzini player, typically, but he is also very multi-table happy. Plays a lot of Tornado at home, plays Leo as well. So while it's surprising, I think that is a guy who could cause some upsets, and certainly has so far.
Yeah, he's in the final. He beat Kevin Hunsdorfer in the best of 5 in overtime. It was 6-6 when I last checked, so I think it's 8-6. So Kevin will play for third place, decided later. And the winner of this guy will face Benjamin van der Biel.
Van Dannebiel, yes.
Van Dannebiel, okay.
I might still be butchering that, but I think I'm close.
Yeah.
Apologies to all French listeners.
Yeah, we're sorry. Okay, now Stefan Burmettler strikes back. Okay, he's kind of a local hero. Last year, this is like his hometown, Kirchberg under Pielach. And last year it was the finals between Kevin and Stefan, and I think it was 8-7 for Kevin. It was an amazing match. Yeah, I would have loved to also get a repetition of this one. But Benjamin Wilford is really on fire.
He is, yeah. I had the pleasure, as I always do at these tournaments, I was reffing Benny earlier. The man calls a lot of refs. I tend to do a lot of it. I was just watching his game in awe. He played Daniel Sveriani from Hungary, whose name I've definitely mispronounced, so apologies to all Hungarian listeners as well. But yeah, Benny's game earlier looked really solid. He has a great 5-bar, his 3-bar. It's not the most explosive out there, but he picks gaps super well.
Yeah, talking about the explosive stuff, we just saw one impressive push from Stefan Burmettler.
I'm expecting a lot of... Actually, I do think 2-bar here will be the difference. And I will make the claim that Stefan wins this, mostly because of 2-bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very, very interesting. I think I really rarely ever see Benny Wilford with the will to win, like in this match or in this tournament so far. Like he's chill, but he's so focused and just thinking about his matches so far. I did not even see him talk to anybody really. I feel like he's like mentally preparing for every match. very closely, and as soon as open singles will be done for him, I think it will be a big relief, and yeah.
I think so, and I don't think he was here yesterday either. I believe he just turned up this morning just to play singles, so he's definitely focused. He's also, and someone has to point this out, wearing a fantastic sports outfit here.
Very beautiful, which everybody would.
Oh, if
look
you had
like
a
that.
view, you would be. I don't have words for it that I can say on stream.
Yeah, your girlfriend is maybe listening to this later, so. But maybe she will get the same outfit, but she also wears a great sweater.
That
It's a
is
very cool
true,
one.
yep.
Did you gift it to her?
That is a Christmas jumper sweater gift from a couple of years back, yes.
Yeah, from you. Okay,
Yes, it
so
is.
of course you like it too. Okay, now 3-4.
Yeah.
Stefan is behind, but one of the things like Stefan is really great in, like not really caring, just playing. He enjoys playing so much, like no matter the setting. He goes into a bar, nobody really there can really handle the ball, and he will just have fun, and the people will enjoy playing him actually.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are like, this is beneath me, I will not do this, but he just enjoys it.
You can tell he loves foosball. You play pickup games with him. He just wants to do fun trick shots. He loves it when you can do it back. And I made this point during the mixed final as well. All of the points in the match where he should be feeling pressure and nerves of putting a match ball away, it's not there. He's just enjoying it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this is also the chemistry between in doubles is very important. In singles, he's on his own. This is where he usually shines more. And his brother Daniel Burmettler is like mostly a doubles expert. But he actually improved a lot. I played him in old school singles just before, and it was really impressive to me. He's a bit more focused on football now, and on Leonhart at the beginning when Leonhart was introduced, he did not like it so much, but then he just started some players like Yannick Hansen, and these young guns they can copy just by seeing things.
It's too easy, and it makes me sad.
Yeah. Yeah, but Rich, there's hope. Later on, there will be senior doubles.
Oh,
senior
I'm
competition.
preparing for it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, and there will be a long time until they can join also. And then there will be older, 63 plus seniors.
Decades of foosball left. What an interesting thing here. I am used to Benny normally going 2 to 5, and he has switched to a pin series. And he has just beat me to the punch. This was working so well for him in earlier matches. Continues to do so there. He's like picking great options. He's executing well. And I've not seen this from him before. Yeah. I don't know if he's worked on this at home and he just wants to try it out, or whether he's had this in his locker for 10 years and we're just seeing it for the first time.
Waiting for the right moment for Leonhart to come out. But as I talked earlier, it's like in Südburgenland Open, he showed some of this already. This was in September in Austria. Way smaller tournament. This was a Pro Tour. 250 it is called now, I think.
Yes,
Pro Tours,
250s,
yeah. And I've seen some of it there, but of course it was in mixed in open doubles when he sometimes switched to the back. And I was also really surprised and asking myself back then why is he not shooting pins more often? Because he also has a very mean bank shot out of the pin position.
He has all the options. He's also got some back wall passes from there I saw earlier. He's taking here one of his very stereotypical early timeouts. You will see Benny use both timeouts before it even gets to like 1-1 or 2-2 in a game. Very smart with it. He likes to work out early in each set what he's going to do, what his plan is on the 5 and the 3, and then he just lets it flow. A lot of players wait too long.
Even the pin now, the quick pin in the front now.
And he's had time to plan that, and it's very smart.
But Stefan kind of is the opposite. He's just, I feel like playing, like he feels to. Just not much planning, just take what comes. And he's also not taking a lot of timeouts. Very rare that you see him take one.
Yeah, if I have to say, these players are similar to two others in my head. Benny, he doesn't have the same shots or series, but he seems to have the same mind as Fred, with the early timeouts, the planning, the kind of management of the table. And as the match goes on, he normally gets a lot stronger. Whereas Stefan, more in common with a Thomas Haas, who just freestyles a little bit, doesn't want to take timeouts because he's on top, he knows what he's doing, he's just going to be confident to hit the ball.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Maybe on the playing field, I feel like Thomas is such a fighter and very emotional. I feel like he can put himself up a lot.
Yeah.
With a lot of screaming, but also can be not so happy about the game. While Stefan, I feel like he's just always having fun and enjoying it.
I think that is the benefit of being, I don't even know his age now. Is he like 17? Is it something terrifying like that?
I think it's 16 or 17, something like that.
Yeah, he gets a lucky effort there. But if you hit the ball that hard from the 2-bar, good things happen on Leonhart.
Yeah. Oh, and he takes an unexpected timeout, at least for me.
That's got Benny smiling. We saw this as well during mixed. He was freestyling for the most part, but when it really mattered, he took some very smart timeouts, got himself composed. Him and Melissa actually did a lot of good swapping and smart strategy play. So this doesn't surprise me too much.
Yeah, they are such a great fit, Melissa and Stefan. But now Benny is like really, we talked about it often on stream and asked him also, he just thinks like the value of the first, like when it's 1-1 or 2-2, it's so important to take your time and think about it, like if you steal the ball on a 5-bar, to really prepare for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of players, they waste those early possessions and they try things they shouldn't. And honestly, just going up by 2 goals early is a big deal. So, yeah, I want to do this more often. You have to be pretty disciplined to stick with it. And that is one thing Benny has, is discipline.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll see him go for some fast stuff and he mixes his timings up well, but everything is thought out. It's very rarely just a pure feel. What we see from Stefan there is a pure feel stick wall.
Goes with the flow, and his flow is good. Second lucky goal, actually. The one from the 2-bar also.
And a really nice time to get it when you're a game down. Makes the block. There, I'm clearly angry with himself for wasting that 2-bar possession. He's got a little bit scrappy. And the beautiful fake pull kick to timeout call.
Classic.
Yeah. And you can see a lot of respect between these players on the table just from their interactions.
I think they also did some sparring together, like with the brother of Stefan, Daniel, it's a double partner of Benny.
Yeah.
So they know each other quite well. I feel like this is something, you can make your own advantage. And I feel like Benny is doing this, like with shooting the pin from the back or something like that. But now we can tie it up. It's 1-1.
I think Stefan there, he made the right pick in my opinion. Benny was trying to talk him into middles at the right time. He almost gets the timing. Yeah, it's just great. Benny's posted him up.
I feel like actually this is more like the classic also of Stefan. Stefan is also like actually putting the ball into position often a bit more on the left side from his view, a bit more far from him. And then his snake to the right is actually towards him, is really, really, great in just any way. And I feel like away from him, to the left side, he actually likes to go for more a short one, usually. If he's not rocking, maybe,
sense,
So maybe Benny was like expecting, that he knows that he knows that, and it's like reverse.
Too much meta game.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous if you do know a player really well. Sometimes you can really overthink it and come up with this super clever strategy, and they just hit the gap that's there.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to dumb it down a little bit.
Yeah, it's like maybe it helps to be like Homer Simpson and just sing in your head. I like have the monkeys play some instruments.
It's a really nice pass. What is scary to me, and I played Stefan in mix yesterday, he does not mis-execute things. You can block him, and he can sometimes like slightly spray a ball, but he makes his 5-bar passes every time. He always hits the ball on goal.
Ooh, Stefan
sliding
was not
effort.
expecting it. That's a freebie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really expected like in the second ball the timeout, of course. Yeah. I like this super brush is what I call it. Like if they angle it more, like if it's the direction the ball is already running to the
Yeah.
second man on the free bar. But Benny blocked it.
And Benny on the 3, I mean, if you've watched any of his matches before, his snake, he's always looking for that pull side. He works shorts, he works long. He'll then surprise you with a push side out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to defend. If you really do sit on that pull, he'll just take the push every time and make you feel really dumb for it. And any time that you block the push, he's going to work the pull side of the goal. So you have to be very brave to make blocks against him.
Yeah, I feel like it worked in the last years actually a lot on both snake sides, but also like on different timings. I feel like in the past, one of his styles was a little bit like usual timing, always the same, and now he differs so much in every way. It's way harder to defend him than it was in the past.
And it wasn't easy in the past either. So
Yeah, the big two for a very long time in Austria were Benny Wilford and Kevin Holzapfel.
Two quick back-to-back timeouts there. It feels to me like Benny doesn't like what he's seeing. He just wants to make sure.
I feel like Benny is someone that really, or at least I know this. In the past, he had notes about a lot of players, like and he's respecting players that are way
Lower ranks.
way lower
technically,
ranks, yeah, and he still has like a database in his head or written down somewhere. And I think for Stefan it's very hard because you have to take a lot of notes. But for the defense, maybe I think he's planning a lot in his head what he plans to do next. And if Stefan surprised him with a different defense, I feel like this was an answer to the defense before also,
Yeah.
where he was shuffling a lot.
Yeah, it makes it. If someone is shuffling all the time, it's very sensible to look for well-timed middles or a big fake that opens them up.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is like the two balls before, Stefan was like very static with his defense. Yeah, and now before the timeout he was shuffling a lot. So I think Benny prepared for exactly this, and actually it was a bit lucky because he was not shuffling at this point.
Sometimes things just work out. Okay, back onto the danger bar. He scored a couple of really good 2-bars earlier, but he's been shut out by Benny since then. There's a lucky effort, but at least I think lucky. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I feel like it went on a figure on a 5-bar. We will see it here, the replay.
Yeah, just a little clip on the 5.
I feel like actually this one, if he would have hit the back wall of the goal, Benny maybe would have a good chance to catch it on his 5 or the 3, the rebound.
Yeah, he's got a well-prepared zone for Stefan, which you're going to need to have against a guy like that. But you still have to take some risks. You can't block everything from the 2, and Stefan can do everything from the 2, so pick and choose. Big ball in this game. This is the 3-3 or 4-2 ball. Benny with a beautiful second man. Quick effort to the push side, gets shut down. And again, that zone's working.
Interesting positioning of the goalie. This was like central was open.
And that's really nice.
Yeah, I feel like this was more like of a bank shot defense also. I'm not sure, quick Austrian style.
And you can actually see Ben van Dannebeel is watching in the background. We have him in a couple of the shots. Don't blame him, trying to get some research in. There's going to be a little discussion here of
Rich,
reset or a jar.
did you see it? What's your call on it? From video, it's very hard to tell.
From video, I really didn't see anything there. I'm not sure what they were calling. There's some laughs and agreement about it, so it feels like we're just kicking back off at Benny's 5.
Yeah. To me, actually, I feel like there was a little jar of Stefan, but it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, I made this point earlier as well, but from the video, you can see the obvious jars, but you really need to be feeling the table and looking up close to actually get a sense of what's happening. They're still having a quick chat about this. Obviously, two players who are also very friendly, so no need to have a ref at the table. They're going to work this out themselves. That is my curse for an important 7-7 ball later where a jar will happen.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Stefan really posted him up, and yeah, Benny's just going to take that.
Yeah, he's also so quick on his decision making. I feel like Stefan is actually trying to do a different defense every time Benny has the ball. But Benny sees it and just goes with it. I feel like this is something I also see from Tony that I like very much. That he just sees someone is going static and he will do a quick attempt.
Yeah, it's very against the elite forwards. If you have a static defense, you better have some incredible timing because they will take things faster than you think. I mean, my advice to Stefan here would be probably just be keeping moving on the 2-bar. I think he's kind of trying to bait. Maybe he doesn't have a great idea what Benny's going to go for, but a bit more movement, just try and get a piece of something here. It's a nice pass.
Also, Thomas Wagner joined the building and sat down behind Stefan. This can be a game changer usually.
You're going to have to give me some background and context for this one.
Thomas Wagner. He's like the one that believed in the Burmettler brothers very early on. He drove them to every tournament when they were only like 11 and 9 years old or something like that. And yeah, I really think like he's the reason Stefan and Daniel are where they are. Okay. Gave them directions. They're also like in the Pielach club. They had some very experienced and talented players who were like also part of the national teams in Austria. And Thomas made them coach the younglings, and it paid off.
Yeah, it definitely has. Benny looking for Banks there, but that is a dangerous turnover. He's in danger of this set running away from him. Stefan takes a 3-0 lead.
And there's the timeout, I think, from Benny. Yeah. Stefan is happy and focused.
This is good from Wilfort because even at 3-0 down, you don't want to give up on sets. You can always come back.
I think so too, but to some extent, I feel like it depends on the player. There are some players that are maybe in the first sets that are like checking out what the opponent and don't wanna shoot some special cheesy goals.
Yeah.
That like some hosts they see that will only work once this shot in the game. Because they want to save it for later.
Yeah, saving stuff is a smart play, but I think, Benny just fighting here defensively at least. Maybe he can come back. If it gets to 3-2, you're completely in it. Yeah, maybe if this is game 2 and it's about to go 1-1, it's a slightly different situation. But you never want to go to a 5th.
I feel like in the 5th set there are different rules and different players on the table.
It's a different sport in the 5th.
Yeah.
That's an unlucky possession.
Ooh. Yeah, that was a close one.
And that's a nice shot.
Again.
It's a really nice 2-bar series. I had my highlights of this earlier. He hit every option I've ever seen, so yeah, not surprised that this is working. And makes the steal on the 5-bar. This is what I mean, gets a possession here and scores, and this game is close again.
Ooh, yeah, the rollover fails.
Nice wall. And this is a game where Benny can afford to take a few risks. He's already behind, he probably loses, so you can use some silly stuff.
Ooh, I don't think
that was on purpose. Not sure how intentional.
Yeah. I think Benny doesn't mind, but Stefan does.
Stefan might, yeah. and we get a smart timeout. So yeah, I liked Benny's at 0-3 down. I like this one at 3-2. You're still in the lead. Things are fine. You have possession. Don't do something stupid here.
The 5-bar tic-tac is so quick from Stefan. And as a young child, he almost exclusively trained with the 5-bar at the beginning, because they taught him this is the bar that wins the games, and it pays off for sure.
It's very true. And I think your technique for 5-bar as you get older, it doesn't change too much. Whereas, as you get taller and you grow up, 2-bar and 3-bar, it physically changes. Benny well back in this game.
Yeah, 3-0 to tie. Whew.
I feel like this is a really important ball for Stefan. I hope he takes just a little bit of time here. Make sure. Great block. Goes back to the same pull side.
And now we can hear Thomas Wagner is also joining the game from the spectator seat.
Actually, this is a point. It's actually tough for Wilfort in this game because the crowd is certainly going to be on the side of Bermetler for the most part. So, while you would expect that, it's still hard to deal with it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I feel like Benny is also very well liked in Austria. And like Thomas Wagner, of course, is cheering hard for Stefan. And also in the back, we can see the person who waits in the finals.
Yes,
I will let you pronounce it again.
Benjamin van Dannebeel.
Yeah, on the screen of Stefan. Okay, 5th possession of Stefan now. A chance to win the game.
Gets a bit of a break, but he needed something.
Yeah,
really nice pick.
He was baiting him a lot for this one.
Yeah.
But getting the right timing on it is very hard.
It is hard. Benny there doing the really sensible thing. He kind of works out Stefan's not going to go for that pull side 3 times in a row. That's a tip for almost anyone you play. People don't like to do the same thing that often. But
I feel like some people really like that one, and I personally like it a lot. So if it works, keep going with it. But like if it's not working 3 times in a row, it may be time for a change.
Yeah.
And there's the infamous 5th set, the 5th game.
Yeah, I think predictions at this point, it doesn't matter what we think, anything could happen here.
But I feel like really Stefan is putting the pressure on, with like the shots from the 2-bar that can still find their way into the goal, even if they are not directly going there.
Yeah, a lot of 5th games as well. You can have players go ball for ball, and just one lucky break, one 2-bar that clips in, one misexecution, that can be the difference here. Benny looking to get off to a good start. It's always nice to have a 1-0 lead, and he has it. Of course, comebacks in the 5th game much easier, given that we have overtime at 4-4, but you still don't want to be the person chasing overtime.
But this one is actually a big steal, even if it's on the 2-bar, because sometimes, of course, he mis-executed, but he put a lot of pressure with the pin position. This looks like the time on
that decision was made for him after the bank mis-execution. A few smiles on the table. Everyone knows what's happening. Inside bank just gets blocked. Straight back to the 3-bar. These are the kind of breaks that can definitely make the difference. big block. Benny knows the importance of this ball. Wouldn't shock me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to be his second.
Yeah, he
already
forgot
forgot.
he doesn't want to remember this one. Yeah.
I think even if he knows he's taken that timeout, he still uses it here. Nothing worse than having a chance to go 2-0 up, having the ball on one of your rods, and then just doing something random.
Yeah, I feel like also one of the worst decisions you can make is like if you're thinking about the timeout and then deciding to not do it.
Oh, it
because
never
it will
goes
be
in your favor. Yeah.
Yeah, you will always like be too much in that. Ooh,
Great
that's a
reaction
quick
play.
one. I like it.
That is really the zone breaker. Benny needs to be blocking that with his 3-bar and just catching him before he had a chance to set up. Nice pick.
2-1.
We do have quite the crowd gathered now. There are rows of people standing behind chairs, which is what you want to see at this kind of event.
Yeah, I really like it actually. It's really cool that so many people taking the time.
There are some fun categories still happening in the background, but I'd say most of the focus here is on this open singles semi-final.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting here, Stefan. I was going to say he does sometimes do this. He'll switch to the pull shot after he misses a few possessions.
Yeah, because his pull shot is amazing.
Yeah, that I was going to say something similar. I don't love to see it. I'd rather see him work out what's happening on the snake, but I can understand if your pull shot is that good. It's just a good option to switch to.
Yeah, and this ball stick was also incredible
really nice.
in the fifth set, doing things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
A
A little bit of a lucky break on the 3, but that pass deserved one. Wouldn't be surprised to see Stefan try something like a second man brush up here.
Yeah, he was trying to. Bit of a missed execution.
Really nice shot. And this is difficult for Benny because he probably had a very good game plan against the snake. Maybe he had a game plan against the pull, but you know, this is coming out at 3-3 in the 5th. You don't have a lot of time to make adjustments.
Also, not much time to think about it as free time also the four are already used.
Yeah, this is the downside of Benny's strategy. If you're taking your early timeouts in game 5, you could be playing 15 balls or something.
In the overtime, it's incredibly annoying if there are no breaks.
He continues to get possessions. He's been good on the 5 and the 3. Stefan really needs a block now to.
Yeah. Chance to win the match.
Mm-hmm. And he's still smiling about it, which I love to see.
Ooh.
So
incredible.
Smooth.
Yeah, the last 2 pull shots were both successful.
And Pick's
again.
really smart again. That's nice to see.
And now we get the overtime.
Benny was fully committed to the straight there, maybe expecting Stefan to mix things up. Didn't fall for the trap. Now I think we're into a bit more of a random shuffle, but I don't mind that play right now.
Yeah, I think Benny wanted to benefit again.
Oh, such a
very
nice
beautiful
shot.
bank.
Yeah, probably an option he knows has been there for a while.
Yeah, I feel like the 2-bar is blocking only the inside bank shot.
Yeah. Can he make it 4 for 4? He can. That is lightning fast.
Okay, 5-5. I feel like Benny wants to take a timeout, but he doesn't have any
He really
left.
does, and that is a big turnover. Really hard block.
This really looked like he wanted to take it, but he couldn't.
Stefan's going to take it for him, but not on the rod he wanted it. And I think really pull shot when you're under pressure is one of the hardest 3 bars to execute, but we've said it before, Stefan just doesn't seem to struggle from that.
Yeah, it's crazy, and totally agree. Like the pull shot, it's like so easily misses the goal also, or maybe just the spray.
Yeah, or you stub the ball. There's so many things that can happen. A snake under pressure, you're still going to hit the ball on target. This can go anywhere.
Yeah,
Picks the straight now. That's a
yeah,
great.
Benny also like baited him so hard. It felt like the obvious choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes if someone baits you, you just have to beat them there. Stefan ahead for the first time in game 5, I think.
But Benny, has a chance to tie it up, and that's all.
Yeah,
now
you
the
could
first
see.
to 8 will win the match and goes to
Best
the
of
final.
3 balls. That's
Incredible.
So far, Benny's had no defensive answer for this pull shot. Oof, maybe that is a slight mis-execution or a good block, but back to the 5 bar.
Did you see the timing switch? Benny went slower shortly before he shot. Trying to cheese it in again. So
This is
playful.
where I like that he paused just for a second there. He just needs to compose himself here.
No timeout left for either side. And Benny has a cool head.
Yeah.
He also wishes for a timeout right now.
Just felt there like Stefan wanted that ball to be over, and sometimes you need to ignore that want and just be sensible. No, I really hope my 7-7 jar prediction does not come true. Oh, we do get the 6-7 slop though. That's always going to happen. Okay. Both players taking the unofficial 7-7 timeout. I think we're going to allow that.
I think even the ref
would let this go. Yeah.
Yeah, would not mind taking a break either.
Will Benny have saved something? He's the kind of guy who would. Oof, really good reactions to stop that floating
Quick
in.
hands, yeah.
Stefan's already finished.
And the defense
mixed
of
from
Benny
the
is
two.
very strange right now.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, and that is an amazing shot to finish.
What a performance. And he's so relieved. It's great. Let's check this one out again.
That is all the way.
Yeah.
I think this is the same shot he closed mixed doubles with from the 2 bar. It's just flawless, and he looks a little bit shocked actually. I think that was definitely a fight of a match.
And obviously Thomas Wagner is Fußball father. Yeah, the actual father of Stefan is actually watching, as this is their hometown. He's also in the crowd. I feel like this can be something that would make Stefan maybe nervous, but also maybe the opposite.
A little
actually.
bit more fight as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice to see.
I feel like now the open singles final will come up. Let's see. The tournament organizer has trouble pronunciation, the French guy. Open singles finals coming up. Stefan Burmentler, the local hero, against the French guest, who is
Benjamin
named?
van Dannebil.
Thank you, Richard. And Rich, I hope to see you again, but maybe they will also ask for a referee.
Yeah, we'll see. I've tried to hide in the booth today and avoid reffing, but it doesn't always work. So
I will tell them you're not here anymore. Okay, then thanks for watching, guys. See you after a bit. kommentieren. Sonst könnte ich dann starten wir ohne. So, nein, das Finale ist nicht zu starten ohne. Also erst wenn eine Diskussion ist. Ja.
Also Stefan, was nötig ist, pfeift der Benny.
Der ist offiziell kein Race, ich habe schon überlegt, ob ich verblieben.
Dann haben wir beim Kevin und beim Benny drin.
Ja, genau. Jonas oder? Okay, let's play. Ganz second, 30 seconds.
Welcome back to the smooth tones of Rich Marsh in the booth for this open singles final between Stefan Burmettler and Benjamin van den Abel. I am joined by a lovely co-host and life partner,
Ekaterina Sârbulescu. We are together the Marșulescus.
Marșulescu's in the commentary booth. Hope you all enjoy it. If you have any feedback, if it's positive, let us know, and if it's negative, keep it to yourself. Okay, this game is underway. I think most people are very familiar with Stefan Burmettler. He has been on the stream continually throughout today in pretty much every final. Ben, I think people maybe not so familiar with. Ben is a solid Bonzini player from France, but he has spent the last 2 or 3 years traveling. He plays a lot of multi-table events. He's pretty handy on Tornado, which I think he has at home, based on my conversations with him. And he's pretty handy on...
And based on his skills on Tornado as well, right? And you can see he had a very good start now. Starts with confidence, and seems like his style might be just a bit tricky for Stefan.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Stefan just coming off the win against Wilfort, someone he knows really well, had to play super hard. He's going to have to work out Van den Abel, and I have a feeling Ben knows Stefan at least a little bit. He had the chance to watch the semi-final. He's already on a high from beating Kevin Huntsdorfer in the semis, so, you know, anything is possible. We love an underdog story.
Oh, and what a match that was, 8-7, as well as Stefan's semi-final against Benjamin. So, but it was really nice. I was watching it. Stefan was so happy after he won that semi-final with such a fantastic goal. So hopefully he keeps the high.
Yeah.
I mean, but both of them are, right?
They are indeed. And Benjamin here off to a 2-0 start. I'm interested to see if Stefan goes with the snake shot, which he has been favouring, or if he switches to the pull early. Maybe in the back of his head he's thinking, here's a French guy, he doesn't know. Maybe pull shot is going to get him some more goals, but he's going to do what he's comfortable with.
Never underestimate them. They might play Bonzini generally, but they are good. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Bit of two-ball rollerball style from Stefan. I think the way that he wins this game is going to be two-bar and just onslaught of stuff going towards the goal. Ben is going to have to keep things slower, maintain his possession, focus, really make every possession count, which he does there.
I agree. This one is exactly what you said. The first two, though, he went for a very quick decision and the gap was there. So let's see. Maybe he switches it up a bit. Maybe that's what he needs to switch it up a bit.
Stefan with another possession. He goes quickly, but we've seen him do that in every game so far. He will take
a man
risks.
after my own heart.
Yes, Kati, well known for taking at least 10 seconds on every possession in total across the entire match.
Recommend take time ref against me.
They barely have a chance to press a button. Okay, here's Stefan on his danger bar. Beautiful slider to the long post.
Yeah. If I would be Benjamin, I would not give the ball to his 2-bar. I would let him pass on the 5-bar and then try to defend it rather than make it
Anything
somehow get
else.
to the 2-bar. Yeah.
Yeah, I think but Benjamin is going to have to really score high percentage because those turnovers to the 2, they're going to be important. But he continues to shoot well. And he's pumped up here.
Yeah.
Nice pass with the fake to the wall. Oh, nice cut.
We're seeing our first time out, and what a moment, right?
Yeah, it's
I would
good.
have never taken that.
Kati is not lying. She has never taken a timeout in her life. Stefan, as we've seen from the past few finals and matches that we've watched of his game management really is improving. When he was, he's still a junior and he's still young, but a couple of years back, he maybe rushed, he maybe let the pressure get to him. Now he notices these moments where a timeout really is going to swing things and he takes them.
He also has the energy, right? He has the energy to just keep on rolling.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little steal.
He's looking at that bank, he's checking it.
Checking it
It's a
twice.
Saturday, banks are open.
I was going for a Christmas joke, but maybe it's a bit too late.
He's maybe saving this for later, maybe seeing how Ben reacts.
I actually haven't seen Stefan yet. I personally, I haven't seen him shoot bank shots, especially given that he's a Garlando player. Has he been? I haven't followed him in a few months. Has he been doing like a lot of bank shots?
Yeah, we haven't seen it on the stream, but I've seen him doing some trick shots. He has them available. I think he knows if he sees a zone he doesn't like, that probably is the option on Leo. So it wouldn't shock me to see it.
Ooh, maybe he's just checking it to put the opponent on guard.
Could be happening. Oh, quick pulp in. Ben's unlucky there, really. And I think we've missed one
Yeah,
goal,
we did.
so
It
that
was
was the
4-4.
game. Oh. But I like what I'm seeing from Van Dannebeel so far. He's been absolutely in this blow for blow. It's hard to keep up with Stefan. He looks still calm at the table. Just needs to not let this match get away from him.
Look, I'm 30. I would not want to play against somebody who's like, what, 16?
I think we agreed 16, yes.
Yes, we agreed. It's the...
There was a discussion earlier that you missed.
Okay, yes, I would not like to play against somebody who's 16. No way, Jose.
Ben is just ready to play here. I actually like that Stefan is still just stepping away from the table. It's pretty easy to win a game and then just want to get started again, but sometimes you just need to think things through.
Yeah. And sometimes you have the players that get under pressure because of this, right? And they
Yeah.
go and see the opponent ready to play and go like, oh, well,
Maybe I should play,
yeah,
yeah.
maybe I should go. And it's really bad, right? You should do it in your own pace always.
Yeah, and it's hard. A lot of players get swayed by it. We said earlier in the, I think it was mixed against Shimon where Stefan was playing. Shimon was a player who, takes his time, really values his possessions, and he got caught up in Stefan's game of playing fast and just hitting the go button, and it didn't work out for him. So yeah, good to see Stefan here controlling the pace, maybe getting some advice from his brother, or just gossiping.
Oh, based on my personal friendship with Shimon, I have to mention what a tournament he had, right? Like that was something.
Yeah.
That was really something.
And a fun interview here in the booth.
Oh, was it?
It was
Where's
good
my
stuff.
interview?
This is your interview. Why do you want this job?
Oh no. Thomas Wagner, avid supporter of the youth in Austria as well.
Yes, a dangerous sentence, but we mean fully in a foosball context.
Oops.
Yeah, I think we were saying earlier, I don't know the full background about Thomas, but he has apparently been instrumental, at least with the Burmetlers and probably with a lot more juniors developing the foosball scene here in Pielach. And you see them everywhere. They really are starting to travel.
Didn't they go last year to, I think Dubai, was
Dubai
it?
in the winter, yeah. This year they are planning to go to Saudi Arabia for the
Yeah.
Tornado tournament next month. So
Which
really
is
hitting the circuit.
Exactly what they need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get
Yeah.
get to know the circuit, different styles.
We have just had the introduction of Giuliano Bentivoglio, who is, I think, going to ref here. There's a bit of discussion. Not sure who called this. Try and work out what's happening here. I didn't see anything in game one that would have required a ref. Maybe it's a little bit aggro.
Maybe they just want to make sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's always nice just to avoid discussions.
Yeah, it can be. This is my standard call out where it is lovely to have refs for pretty much every quarter-final onwards, but there aren't enough of us.
Rich here in massive danger of being called to ref.
As I say, I continue to hide in the booth. It is going fantastically well.
Free drinks.
Free drinks. And I have
Non-alcoholic.
snacks in here. Yeah. Okay, game 2 underway.
Nice.
Ben continues to score well. He's abusing the push side, but it's working.
Same good start as the first set. Hopefully he can keep it up.
Nice pass. You do feel, at least I feel, the difference in this game is going to be who can start making some blocks, because we're not seeing many of them.
Yeah. But if you saw you did saw, you were here. The end of the last set was really Stefan at some point was just throwing the ball towards Ben's goal continuously. It was like everywhere Stefan touched the ball, he sent it towards the goal. He was under assault, so...
Yeah, and he can do that to opponents very easily. Here, really nice pick. Playing with freedom, as we've seen before. I think again, Benjamin's trying to bait him into gaps, and it's dangerous to leave them for too long against a guy who can react that quickly.
What would you do? What would you do against Stefan?
The times where I've blocked him well, which is not too many, you have to play the mind game, you have to bait some gaps, but it has to be faster than a lot of other opponents. You can't leave something for 1 or 2 seconds. It has to be a quick half-second leave, dive in with something else. Really hope he falls for your stories. Otherwise, panic. That's option 2. Highly recommended. Works against all opponents. Really deep.
What
to
was
that.
he checking? What was he checking now? What do you think he was checking now with those taps?
So we've seen Stefan before. When he taps over to that far side, he's often looking to open up the pull side again. You can see there, I mean, it didn't really open too much. It was just a tight hole that he hits. If he sees the man is moving over to cover it, he's very good at hitting that short. Hard for a defender to be on both. If I were Ben and I have a little bit more time to think about this defense, I'm probably going to force Stefan to hit that push side more. He can definitely do it, that's not a question, but it's clearly not his favorite, so just put it to the test.
But do you think now Ben should focus on offense or defense more? Because the first set was 5-4, right?
Yeah.
And is he focusing a bit too much now on defense? And
I think he's in a tough spot because he needs to keep up the offense he had in game one. Stefan's going to get better at blocking that. But if he doesn't shut down at least one of Stefan's bars here, this game is just over.
Yeah. Because right now, if I would be him, I would just continue with the strategy I had in the first match and take the coin flip at 4-4. If it's not in my favor, that's fine. But instead of not getting a 5-1, you know.
Yeah, it's true. But what we are seeing here, and this is nothing bad to say about Ben, but there is a big technical skill difference right here, and I think Ben is feeling the pressure. Stefan's just enjoying foosball. It's hard to come back from that.
No, we know Ben has the weapons. He definitely has the weapons. But it's also comfort on the table, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Let's move this match to Bonzini. Maybe it's the complete opposite.
I feel right now it would be. But yeah, he keeps scoring well. He's stopped getting the ball on the 3-bar. Here's a great chance. Fortunate to get that back. You don't want to go for quick stuff against this guy.
There you go. Yeah. He has a little moment to breathe.
It's a nice pick.
Yeah.
Nice pass from Stefan. If he keeps his composure here, he can close in 3.
But also Ben has nothing to lose now.
Yeah, it's true. And
Which is
pumped
the
up.
most dangerous position for to have your opponent in, right?
Yeah, for sure. You haven't seen too many possessions from the 2-bar, and well, I think I cursed that.
Oh my God, commentary's curse.
Maybe just a little bit of indecision about what to do, and a cruel but very effective timeout by Stefan there.
But you know, maybe it's actually the fact that he didn't have a lot of possessions on the 2-bar. It's so late in the game actually, and you go and like this is what I would think, right?
What is your plan?
Yeah, I was like, oh wait, what did I do? What did I do before? And then you go like, oh wait, I have not been in this situation before, and then it gets a little bit.
It can get tense, and I saw Ben playing earlier in a knockout, and his 2-bar looked really strong. So yeah, it's a shame we're not getting to see it with that possession.
What is he doing normally from the 2-bar now that we did not get a chance to find out, unfortunately?
He has a kind of push slider series with some other options that looked pretty effective. I think here, sensibly switching.
But is it though a good switch? Apparently it is.
I think so. When your first possession goes that badly and you don't have the confidence, I wouldn't risk a 2-3 down.
Ooh, nice off the wall pass.
Yeah, this is a big ball actually. This could be a momentum swing. Didn't really wait for the gap that time. Stefan has adjusted a little bit.
But is it better, in what you mentioned now, is it better to lose confidence and switch to a shot which you haven't used the rest of the day? Like not stay with the thing that got you in the situation? Power through it?
Yeah, it's possible. I just think at this point, you know, he cannot afford to give possession away again. If it's game 2, sure, stick with it. Maybe practice between the game, but right now he needs 3 goals in a row. It's possible for sure.
Very
nice stick wall. See if he takes a little bit more time. Fortunate effort, but it's on goal. They all count.
The final last year was at this tournament, Stefan against Kevin, right?
Kevin, yeah, it was a fantastic final.
We were a goal away to have the same final.
Yeah.
That also would have been interesting to see, right? To see them adapt exactly 1 year later. Let's see who brought what. especially because these two players know and play against each other so often.
Yeah, and they both really desperately want to win. You can tell.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben here. I mean, he's got no choice but to make a block. He hasn't had too much against Stefan defensively, but
He had a few,
Let's see.
but
and we have an Austrian Leonhart Open singles winner. Well deserved for Stefan Bermettler.
very nice, very nice. Stefan, play mix with me sometimes, please.
And a fantastic performance from Benjamin van Dannebeel, coming second in a stacked field of Austrians and Europeans and Americans. We'll throw them in as well. Really good performance from him. Beating Kevin in the semis is a spectacular result.
And look at this
Well
little
played.
moment. It's a joint effort. Of course, Stefan did 99% maybe, but look, the 1% was behind him. So nice. Brother and friend, supporter. It's very nice.
Really cool to see. And I think that does conclude our last match of the evening. It has been a fantastic day of FOOS. I hope you've all enjoyed being with us. I know my co-host is loving being in the booth. Maybe there'll be more of her tomorrow if you vote for it. Maybe we can do that. I'm probably not allowed to set up votes, but I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And Mick Kunath, if you're listening, message me.
Special message for Mikuna.
There are treats for Mick Kunath if I get a message in the next 10 minutes. Cool. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Marșulescu's out.